Why is Marxism becoming so much more popular with young people? I just think it's the historical progression of capitalism. Because for one, like any system, it doesn't stay the same. It grows and changes. And as it does that, it unquestionably increases its wealth, but it doesn't necessarily diminish its misery. The United States is the wealthiest country in the world, but 78% of our civilians live paycheck to paycheck. We have the most advanced healthcare system in the world, but 60,000 people die every year because they can't access it. We have enough houses to give everyone shelter, but there are still people sleeping on the streets. And because of the way that things are set up, we can increase the absolute wealth of society to an insane level. Yet the mass of us will still be living paycheck to paycheck because the capitalists only pay us a fraction of the value that our labor actually creates. If I get paid $10 an hour to make Crocs and they develop a new machine that can produce Crocs 5 times faster, my boss isn't going to increase my wage 5 times. He's going to increase his profits and pay me the same. Maybe fire some of my coworkers and replace their value with machines. So increasing the total quantity of things that we make doesn't necessarily mean that workers are better off. Plus, because profit is incentivized and everything in this stupid country is privatized, landlords will always be jacking up your housing costs. Insurance companies will always be standing in between you and your healthcare and finding any way they can to rob you. The cost of living is always going rrr. But this is why Marxism is increasing in popularity with young people, because it wasn't necessarily like this 40 years ago. There were a lot of labor movements in the last century who fought for a lot of gains for workers. Tuition wasn't as insane. Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid were established. Generally, the income of one family member could support the entire family. But for the last 40 years, the dirty rotten capitalists and their puppets in Washington have reversed so many of these gains that workers have fought for. Last year, global poverty increased by 70 billion people. So Marxism is increasing in popularity because as capitalism grows, it works less. And a lot of people who maybe would have been comfortable 50 years ago are now struggling to get by. And we're watching our tax dollars get funneled into endless wars overseas. And it's like, okay, obviously this is not the best system. We can clearly do better than this. Plus the climate crisis, like the world might be destroyed by capitalism. So yeah, I don't know. Be a socialist already. What are you waiting on?